Every protector wants something to protect, just as every nurturer wants something to nurture. This is the human condition. Welcome back to Along This Spiritual Journey. So, right now, the TikTok, internet, everywhere is popping with masculine and feminine, masculine and feminine. We keep hearing these words used interchangeably. And I talk about them all the time, and I write about it in my book, and I talk about the energies all the time. My thing that I care about is that people understand the base energies of masculine and feminine, which is protector and nurturer. It has nothing to do with genders. It has nothing to do with anything that is about sex. It is simply an energy. That is the basis of all masculine and feminine. Protector, nurturer. Anybody can be a protector. Anybody can be a nurturer. All can be protectors. All can be nurturers. It is a spectrum, and it's always going to be about where your spectrum is. May it be 75-25 or 25-75 or meet in the middle, and it's 50-50. It is about your duality and how you like to feel the polarity of your duality. What does that mean? I myself am a natural nurturer. I love to take care of myself. I love to take care of babies and small things and animals and people and old people and anything that needs my actual help. Humans who can walk around and do their own thing, adults, I'll help you if you need me, but I ain't about to be just helping everybody. And that's where I set my boundaries and not become an over giver, right? Because if you're a true nurturer, you overgive. And I'm not about to do that to myself. So for me, I have to set boundaries. And my boundaries start at babies and young people, people who cannot fend for themselves physically, may it be a trauma, or an old person who physically needs my help. I will help them because I know that they need help. Someone who's able bodied, that is my boundary. As a protector, I can be a protector because I'm physically endowed to be a protector. I am a 6'5" man, and I am capable of taking care of myself with these hands, okay? But what I choose to do is use my words of my masculine energy and my intelligence to let people know, listen, I got these hands, and sometimes they work a certain way if your mouth work a certain way. So how about we just keep it cool, right? This is how I use my nurturer energy to keep myself balanced. Now, some people, they like to be their masculine energy all the time. What? Who? What? Say something. Do something. Oh, I bet I would. I bet you could. I bet. That's masculine all the time. Feminine energy is, because it's willing to receive everything and do nothing. So this is the polarization, and you have to know what parts of you you're willing to give and what parts of you you want to protect. Because remember, protection is always giving, and nurturing is receiving. No, other way around. Nurturing is giving, protecting is receiving. Because when you're a nurturer, you're giving love, you're giving love, you're giving love, but you're also receiving love, receiving love. When you're a protector, you're giving some type of energy to protect that thing to make it feel safe, which then it will do other things for you in a physical way that makes you feel safe, which is how we get to, oh, baby, I like to be touched like this, and I like to be held like that, and I like to be talked to like this, right? Because our masculine side of us needs to feel that softness, but our softness only goes as deep as our masculine will allow it, right? It's like a shell. I always say, think of a peach. Soft on the outside, but you got that peach in the middle. So there's only so much softness you're gonna get before you hit that hard center. That's me. I'm very soft, but on the middle, I'm very masculine. So there's not much you're gonna do to change my mind or change my energy. But I'm willing to work with you. Now there's people who are the reverse, where they're hard on the outside like a coconut, but they're soft on the inside with the meat and all that liquid. And as soon as you crack them, they just falling all over the place. So this is why I laugh, because in my mind I'm always thinking about the things that balance out my energy when it comes to being a nurturer and a protector. And so what that looks like to the outside world, I can never take onus of that. The outside world is always going to create what they think of you. So people are going to look at me and see that I'm tall and blah 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 and think whatever they want to think. But then when they get to know me, they're like, you are so much softer and nicer and kinder than I thought. But that's when you get the manipulators and they think that they can manipulate you. And I'm like, nah, baby, I'm a peach. You gonna meet a middle of me that you ain't never gonna break, and you gonna be real sad when you realize that. And that is the part of me that people have to understand. That's what makes us masculine and feminine in energy. That's the representation, that's the formula, that's the spectrum. When you meet somebody, again, when you say you're bi, straight, gay, intersex, all the things in between, that is assigning sexuality to it. This is you saying, this is what I want to do to that human body flesh. This is where I want to poke and do and stick stuff. That's all you're doing when you're assigning sexuality to masculine and feminine. You're just saying where you want to poke it. But real masculine and feminine energy is about how you assert yourself into the world, how you receive yourself into the world. And then that's how you get energy back to yourself from the world, right? How, again, we like it in the bedroom has nothing to do with how we are represented in the outside world, and then how we actually assert ourselves in the outside world, right? There's always going to be how we walk into the world versus how we're represented in the world versus how we feel we have power in the world. This is why a lot of us have these mixed personalities and we think we're all these different people when we're just the same person. We just have different emotions expressing themselves differently, and you're going to have different levels of those emotions based on trauma from your life and past experience, and you're going to assign different characters and personalities to them, and that's just how it's all going to work out. That's just life. You still have to know how to be a nurturing protector of yourself at all times in all those situations. So whatever category you want to create, how does your masculine protect you? How does your feminine nurture you? How does your feminine protect you? How does your masculine nurture you? Because it's interchangeable and they both work at the same time, right? Just like I got a left hand and a right hand, both these hands work together to function on my body as a whole unit to assist me in carrying and pulling and lifting and doing, right? They both have different opposing sides, right? They're really not the same, because if I try to turn them to the same, like, they're going to be opposite but the same at all times, right? So they have to learn to work together, just like your energies have to learn to work together. But just like I am left hand dominant and some people are right hand dominant, you're going to then utilize your body differently, which is why how you use your masculine and feminine energy is going to be different. And how you use your sub masculine and sub feminine. Remember, you have a basis of your masculine and feminine, and they have their sub masculine and feminine of those energies. So you're going to always look, for me, I look masculine, but my energy is feminine. But underneath those, my feminine within itself is masculine, and my masculine in itself is nurturing. So it's interchangeable. You just have to learn your formula. Some people can be one-sided, where their energy all on the inside is masculine and feminine, and they're just really a hard protector on the outside, and they're a hard protector on the inside. These are life happenings. It just happens that way sometimes. It doesn't mean that you can't be both. It just means that you might have imbalance of those energies, or you might be on a spectrum of those energies. Again, nurture, protector are the basis and the origin of masculine and feminine energy. Everything else is assigned to make sense. The basis is, do you know how to protect? Do you know how to nurture? Okay? I love you. I hope that makes sense. Mwah.